Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. This is Hayden Newberry Fishing. I'm Hayden Newberry, if you were wondering. This is going to be day 2 of the FLW Toyota Series event on Sam Rayburn. If you haven't already, I've got practice videos out. I've got day 1 out. You can go back and watch those now. You can watch them after. Doesn't matter, but it will help you understand exactly what's going on, where I'm at, how the tournaments went so far, and what's kind of going through my head as I'm going into the tournament. For those of you guys that have watched the channel and maybe newcomers to the channel, I've got some announcements at the end of the video, so stay tuned at the end. I've got some things about the channel to announce, things about next year, things about upcoming videos and stuff that I'll let you guys in on. But this is going to be day 2. Day 1 didn't go great. I weighed in like 8.5 pounds, something like that. Anyway, going back into the area, I thought that I could definitely get some big bites, even though I didn't really get any big bites on day 1. In practice, I just know that there was a lot of big fish in that area, and I was just blown away that I didn't get at least one good bite out of that area in the first day of the tournament. So I didn't really have a whole lot else to go on, and I knew that there were big fish there, so I was going back and I was going to try to figure them out, see if maybe I could figure out where the big fish had went, how I could actually get the big ones to bite. And I had learned a lot about the area also in day 1 of the tournament. I kind of was able to focus in and figure out which areas of the grass, since I was able to fish them for an entire day, which areas of the grass were really more productive than the other areas, and which areas I could focus in on the tournament that I could expect to get bites out of. So the second day, the only big difference was it was really windy. Really windy at the start of the day. Actually, all day it was, but especially in the morning, the wind was blowing. I really don't know what it was. I know the weather was wrong because I woke up just to the wind howling in the campground. So anyway, it luckily was blowing from a direction that the area that I was in was pretty, I guess, protected from it. I mean, we were still getting hammered by it, but we were about as protected as you could get, I guess. But really in the morning, I started out, to kind of get to that point, I started out throwing a spinnerbait some actually. I didn't throw that a lot in practice. I tried it some in practice, didn't really get bit on it very well. But the conditions really, to me, were saying spinnerbait. I mean, seemed like it was going to work, ended up not working. Pretty much where we're going to get to start out this video is where I finally started getting bit. But we'll skip over the stuff where I kind of sampled around with I think it was a spinnerbait, chatterbait. I think I might have thrown a couple walking baits, ploppers, stuff like that. Just, I mean, you got to sample some stuff and try to change with the fish, and I expected the fish to change quite a bit. Turned out they didn't change it very much at all. So anyway, I'll go over the baits that I was using at the end of the video, but we're going to get to the video now. Hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get updates of when I'm posting videos and watch my content. Like the video, leave a comment for me, let me know what you think about it, and here we go. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, he or no, he was beside us. Yeah, you're talking about the white skeeter.
Yeah,
that was like right in front of us. Yeah. Yeah. I stood her up on a couple of those.
Oh no! Huh. Yeah, he was coming up.
Gosh dang it! A nice little 2-pounder.
Yeah.
Gosh, I didn't even expose the hook. How? Well, I know what we're doing.
Yeah, just gotta get it in front of him.
We didn't have a bite on this stretch yesterday. I'm telling you though, that fish right there was the size of my biggest one yesterday.
Yeah.
You got one? Oh, I got off.
Look at that.
Yeah, he wanted it.
And that's how they hit it in the pads, and it's fun.
Yeah, right.
When they want it, they want it.
Yeah, he was skimming the top trying to catch it.
That's a fun bite.
He might have thought it was one of them birds.
Number one. That's another one. Okay, so at this point it's about noon on day 2, and I still haven't got a big bite. I've lost a couple in the morning, and I've got 1 fish in the live well, which the day before I had 2 in the live well at noon. So I got to make up some ground in the afternoon and catch more fish than I did the day before, and they've got to be a lot bigger. So kind of got a lot laid out for me, but the conditions were seeming like the bite in the afternoon to noon, or the noon to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock bite was hopefully going to be better this day. So I had started getting bit in some different areas also, which was good. But that's where we're going to start back. Also after this, if you watch my day 1, there's going to be a little segment right here with the map chip explanation that you guys might have already seen if you watched the day 1 video. But for the guys watching this one that haven't seen it, that's what this next part's going to be. I'm going to kind of explain the area and what I was looking for and areas that I was focusing on where I could tell that there was more fish in. But anyway, that's where we'll start back, and this will be the afternoon on day 2. Okay, so to kind of explain what I'm looking at going back into these areas with a map chip and stuff, when you see an area that has a good defined channel running through it like that, the grass will grow up, and like this, the grass had like a really good grass edge coming through here down this channel, and then especially back here it would grow out and have good edges on both sides of it. And that's what I was really wanting to key in on whenever I was punching through that grass, is a good defined edge. You don't want it like that grass that just kind of rolls out and you're going through it as you're flipping up the edge. You want a good solid edge that just drops off, and specifically if you can find it that drops off like that into a little channel that's running back through is great. But also, to break it down just a little bit more, also there were a lot of areas that I noticed the fish were specifically seemed congregated in areas where the grass like would meet lily pads. A lot of the areas that I was targeting were areas like that, which also there was plenty of fish in different areas, but I did see a definite correlation between just where the lily pads would start and they would meet that grass in those areas. But anyway, hopefully that helps you guys out. Kind of a little breakdown of what was going through my head as I was trying to decipher where I was going to flip in all this grass.
There comes some more help.
Didn't realize I was fishing everybody's backup plan.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Primary goes their backup.
Yeah. That might keep.
Yeah, he'll be close.
That just might keep. Look at this, is a little honey hole right here. It's only about 30 yards long, but
They sit in it.
I still haven't got a good bite out of it that I had in practice. Look at that.
Yeah.
Little keeper. A big bite?
Yeah.
It's been missing for a while. That's not, big, but
Yeah.
that's bigger than my average.
They didn't go anywhere. I mean, that's the deal. They just tightened it right now.
Phew.
Maybe they'll start eating.
Well, it's been a while since we got a bite, but I'll take that one. Two more. He had my weight in his stomach.
Ah, he was swallowing it.
I was looking around, I was like, where's my weight? And I started pulling on my line and I see it popped up out of there. I wondered why my hook hooked him so weird. My hook was like, you know, backwards. He actually like inhaled it a little bit. And see if maybe it's an issue that they can't find it. Because I would think surely there's
Ha-ha.
keeper number 4.
All right.
I just added 8 ounces to my weight. Alright, so that was it for the day. I ended up not making up the ground, and I only weighed in 4 fish on day 2, but actually I think I weighed in just about as much weight as I did on day 1, so my fish were a little bit better quality, but still was missing the really good bite. I don't know where they went, but anyway, you know, can't change anything now. The baits that I was catching the fish on was a Booyah Pad Crasher and Strike King Rage Crawl with 1.25 ounce punching weight on there. And the updates for you guys that are subscribed, that are watching my channel and everything, one will be that next year I think I'm going to be fishing the Toyota Series Plains Division, which I think is going to end up being Lake of the Ozarks, Dardanelle, and Grand. People that have followed my channel, I switch up divisions quite a bit. I am pretty early in fishing these big tournaments like this, which this is the first year that I fished the Toyota Series. So I like to try to go around and learn new lakes, fish different divisions, keep learning different areas of the country. And I'm actually going back there because I have at least a little bit of experience on Grand and Dardanelle. Not much, just one tournament on Grand, and I fished Dardanelle for a couple days. But Lake of the Ozarks I've never even been on. But that's an interesting thing going into next year. That should be the division that I think I'm going to end up fishing. The second announcement is that currently, well actually if you watched last year, I moved down to Texas for about a year and was fishing some lakes down there. In a couple weeks actually, I am moving to right by Lake Hartwell in Georgia. So I'll be living on Lake Hartwell for the next, I think, 2-3 months or so. And I'm kind of looking forward to learning some lakes in that area. Lake Hartwell's a big blueback herring lake, so that's a kind of a different type of bass fishing that I feel like I need to add to my arsenal, and should help, learn just different areas, parts of areas of the country. There's a lot of things that I have to learn still, and I have never fished Hartwell, a lot of the Savannah River lakes and stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I think I'll be living pretty close to Lake Lanier too, so I'm hoping to get down there and fish there too. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun winter. I'm gonna get to do a lot of bass fishing in some new areas and have some new videos, new footage for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, if you were wondering, I did not make the championship this year. Kind of sucks. I was really hoping to, and Fort Gibson just came back and bit me. You can't have a bad day and still make the championship, and I had a bad day. Day one on Fort Gibson is going to haunt me, because I think, really based on the points, I'm pretty sure if I would have just had a decent to better than average day, which I expected to on Fort Gibson, but I made a mistake. If you haven't watched that video, you can go back and see what happened there. But yep, not going to the championship this year. First year on the Toyota Series, kind of let down about that, but oh well. On to the next one, on the next year. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.